you're going to have digital sovereignty and people are going to upload into the internet.
The guy that's running the whole thing, that's inviting all these guys who sell own nothing and be happy.
Running the whole thing.
That's normal.
He's in charge of a conference.
Patrick Bet-David demolishes this woke World Economic Forum supporter named Ian Bremmer in this clip as Patrick Bet-David calls out the absurd idea of the Great Reset and that you will own nothing and be happy. So let's watch Patrick Bet-David demolish this woke lunatic.
How does Klaus write such a book so fast that comes out in July 4 months later? I've never written a book that fast. I don't know if you remember the dates. So here's the COVID-19, the Great Reset.
He's got about 600 people. How many people working with him?
I got a lot of people working for me. So his book is July 9th, 2020. Mm-hmm. COVID is a thing in March. You just said it takes a year and a half to write a
Terry
book.
Mallory, I remember Terry. It takes me a year and a half because I have a goddamn day job. It's really hard. I have to find time to actually do it in between everything else that I do. It's hard. People that write books for a living, of whom Terry Mallory, who's the second author there, that is what he does. He's a global strategist who writes books and thought pieces for a living. And I am certain that he did a hell of a lot of lifting there. And can you get that done? It also was a relatively short book, if I remember correctly. It was like 120 pages. It wasn't
280 pages.
No, it was not.
Print length, 280.
Was it really? 280?
Right there. You got to get your
look at the
facts
font.
right. You're spending
Let's
too
look
much
at the
time
font.
with it.
Yeah.
You got to look at the font.
Go screw yourself, man. I swear to God. I swear to God. But the idea, I mean, if you're basing this theory on the fact that he got a book done in 4 months with a guy that writes books professionally for a living, I don't buy it.
I can ask a question and say that's a little weird. You don't think that's a little weird?
No.
Really? You don't think that's a little weird?
Christ, man. No. You're a smart guy.
No, I am a smart guy and I ask questions.
Don't go into deep zone. Deep
I
part of the pool
think,
on this.
okay, so let me go to a different direction with this one.
I'm telling you that if you next year say yes to the WEF, and you go and spend the entire week and actually see all the meetings, you'll come away saying, yeah, it's a conference.
Rahm Emanuel, you know who he is?
I know him well, yeah.
Okay, he said never let a crisis go to waste.
Yes, he did say that.
Do you think they saw COVID as a crisis to use? Do you think the World Economic Forum maybe saw this as an opportunity to really impose their beliefs around the world?
A non-profit organization of 600 people, most of whom last for 2 years and then go on and work someplace else? No! No! People said that about the Council on Foreign Relations. The Council is like a tiny, sleepy non-profit. And why? And they are the most bureaucratic organization. It's so hard to get things done. And they're nice people. And they're smart people. But they don't run the world. And so the idea, the people that run the world are the people that are worth hundreds of billions of dollars, that are directly in meetings with world leaders where they can actually take real advantage of those meetings because they can put cash into play. Like you and I both know the currency of power in the world is about, do you have capital? And the WEF does not. They don't. They're convener. They're conveners of events.
Yeah, but you're not so the insurance industry has an organization called LIMRA, okay? Mm-hmm. The guy that was running it was a guy that was very, very powerful in the insurance space. He was a CEO of it, okay? What made him powerful? What made him powerful is the fact that every CEO of 40, 50, 100, $200 billion insurance company went to his conference.
Yeah.
Every year. You know how much power the guy had?
I don't.
A lot of power.
I'm not in the insurance industry.
Oh, it's a lot of power, though.
Yeah.
So if you think about this guy is getting all of these leaders like Larry Fink, Jamie Dimon, everybody from around the world is coming to his conference.
They all have industry groups that are really, really relevant for them. And if you want to talk about where they're applying and making sure that they're aligning their capital, it's in their industry groups. It's not in the WEF with everybody else. In the WEF, they're meeting with everyone so they can get business done. It is transactional. It is not strategic. Strategic are where they put money into their PACs, they put money into their industry groups and figure out what are the things that move the needle for them so that they have more access to the kind of regulations they want, the kind of taxes they want. That's where that power is being levered. No question.
And the guy that hosts it, that brings everybody together, who says things like the following. Let me just read this quote to you.
From whom? Okay.
This is the sweetheart of a guy, Klaus. You'll own nothing and you'll be happy.
I remember that, yeah.
You think that's just normal?
I thought that was an odd quote.
Folks, let me know how you feel in the comments, but I feel like this guy, Ian Bremmer, is a snake in the grass. Just watching his body language react to what Patrick Bet-David is questioning about the WEF, like it just reeks like he's hiding something. He's not honest. something is off, but he is not straightforward at asking these questions. And Patrick Bet-David is trying to make the simple point. It's like, okay, fine. If you go to a conference, you take all these leaders, the world leaders, the most powerful people in the world, who are they looking up to and who are they listening to? Who is that person? Who is everyone that they are focused on? It's that one guy, Klaus Schwab. And you're going to tell me that guy doesn't have influence when everyone who is the world leaders and the richest people, and this guy, Ian Bremmer, is trying to talk semantics. He's like, oh, well, at the WEF, it only this and this happens, but like real money, strategy money happens everywhere. But he even admitted people come to the WEF to get business done. They come to do business. So, okay, well, what is that then? Like, if you're not moving money around, then how can business be done there? Like, he's talking semantics and he's speaking in lies, but he's opening himself up. This guy is not being honest. I don't trust the WEF at all. Look, you're going to tell me they're a nonprofit group? Well, nonprofit groups can do a whole lot of damage with a whole lot of power because they exist outside of government structure. However, they can push influence. And when you have the most powerful people in the world who run the world coming to one place and all looking up and talking to one guy, and you're going to tell me that guy doesn't have influence or power running things in the world? I'm sorry, I'm not stupid. Let me know how you feel, folks. Leave a like. Let's get back in.
You think that's just odd?
I do. I mean,
odd is an understatement.
Odd.
That brings all the richest people in the world.
Oh my God. If I look at the people that are driving AI in the world today and what they say about the future, and so the idea that you're going to have digital sovereignty and people are going to upload into the internet.
The guy that's running the whole thing, that's inviting all these guys who sell own nothing and be happy.
Running the whole thing.
That's normal.
He's in charge of a conference.
That everybody shows up. Like, he's got influence over, like, for example, if a guy hosted a conference that said, I want the best fighters in the world to show up to my conference, who the F are you? But this guy puts it, all the fighters show up. Why? Guy's got influence.
Look, I mean, if we were to try to find individual quotes that make political leaders that you and I know look batshit crazy and only talk about those things, we could do that. We choose not to.
Yeah.
Why it is that we've decided that we're going to key in on this one quote?
I think it's the last 4 or 5 years that a lot of people started looking to seeing when you make I mean, he said in 2016, right?
Yeah.
When he said, you'll own nothing, you'll be happy. And a leader who says you can make a lot of different, you grab them by XYZ, right? Mm-hmm. You know, when Trump said that to whatever, the Bush guy,
yes,
right?
of course, on the Access
all right.
Hollywood.
All right, so what is that? Okay, got it. Inappropriate.
Sure.
Now the guy says, we got to get they send the worst. They send their rapists and criminals and, da-da-da. Oh, my God. Trump just called all these. Hey, they do. I mean, stuff has been said. People have some bad days. You'll own nothing and be happy is a little bit weird.
Yeah, I think it's funny that Ian Bremmer tried to say like, oh, we don't take like one thing and then just try to use it. Really? Really? Because the legacy media has been doing that to Trump and anyone else who opposes these people for the last decade. All the time on the left media. Take one little quote and just run with, oh, he's a Nazi. Oh, he's a this. They've been doing this the whole time. And this guy wants to gaslight Patrick Bet-David into thinking that they're not doing it. No, they've been doing it the entire time. We watched these people do it. So this guy is full of shit. He's absolutely a liar through and through. And Klaus Schwab being at the top of that temple that, all of these people are coming to, and that guy is saying to everyone else, you will own nothing and be happy. Folks, look, if someone's making a threat at you for your own safety, I would suggest taking them at their word by default. So if someone's going to say that, you know what? I'm going to believe it. I don't know what you feel, folks, but let me know how you feel as well and what you thought about what Patrick Bet-David had to say, demolishing this woke World Economic Forum supporter Ian Bremmer, who is just absolutely a snake and out of his mind. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.